Hello, everyone. This is Karen Cornell, your Creative Memories Advisor, and we are on week 2 of our 52 project recipe challenge. So I am in Georgia and we are expecting snow this week. And so I had to find a snow layout to do. So, because we never get snow. And it's exciting. So I am actually going to be using the Winter Days collection. So let's flip our camera and get started. And I will be doing these videos every week for this year. This is my challenge to myself and to you because I want to build a community. That's my passion. And so if you like these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I also have a Facebook page for my business for Creative Memories, and it's the same name, Karen Cornell Scrapbooking. So feel free to like that page as well. I actually got hacked a couple back in December, and so I'm starting from scratch. 10 years in the business and have to start from scratch. So it's kind of crazy. But anyway, that's another story. Winter Days collection. So I keep all of my collections in these project folders. And this collection actually had some laser borders. And so I always use the 2.5-inch film file folders or sleeves. And I put my borders in here so they stay nice. I used to put them in either this front pocket or back here. And I realized they got bent too much. So this way I can actually see it better and use it. So I like that. Now we are going to do, drum roll, we are going to actually start with number 1. And it's funny because I'm doing 1 on, I'm going back and doing 1 even though we did 29 last week. But I was very particular on which one I wanted to use because I wanted to use this snowman paper, but I wanted to make sure I found a PR that used the least amount so that I could save the paper because it's so cute. So this is the project recipe that I found used the least amount for a designer paper, but had enough of the snowman so that I would love it. So that is how I picked this project recipe. It's kind of silly, but remember these layouts all have instructions down at the bottom. They tell you what you need to, the ingredients that are on it. So here, they use the Serenity collection, which is a gorgeous collection. And this is the sketch and this is the cutting guide. So you will need 4 pieces of designer paper, which I have them ready to go. And then they use the laser borders because these are layered on here. If you remember that collection, they used a variety mat, but I'm actually going to slide that down a little bit and so that I can see the full border and put a picture there. So I'm going to cut an extra mat with the orange right here. So that is how I'm going to change this project recipe just a tad. And let's get started. So I like to put my papers down in order that I'm going to cut them. So my first designer paper is not directional. My second one is. So I want to make sure I am doing the 3 inches here because they're going to be a horizontal border. So I want to make sure I do that this way. So let's get started. Let me find my trimmer. I just dropped something, but that's okay. So our first cut, I'll bring the cutting guide over here. And I know some of you do not have this book and I will be walking you through step by step. So if you don't have the book, it's okay. We will get through this layout together and you can pause the video if you need to pause to get caught up. The first cut is going to be at 6 inches straight down, all the way down, 6 by 12. And then I'm going to cut this 2 more times at 4 inches. So I get my 6 by 4 mats. Remember, I'm adding the 6 by 4 mat. You may not be. And then this is for C and D. So this is going to be at 3 inches. Then I have this other piece, which I'm gonna cut same way. Cut two 6x4s. And these are all reverse. And then this one I'm gonna cut at 3 to get my 3. This is going to be extra, and then this I'm gonna turn it to get my 2 inches. My 3x2s, and these are going to be reversed, so I go ahead and flip them. So that is paper number 1. This is designer paper number 2. And I am going to do straight down at 3 inches. Sorry if you hear the hum outside. My neighbors are having their yard blown and cut. So then now we are going to cut this at 2 inches. We're going to cut this several times all the way down the paper. Just keep cutting at 2 inches. Snowman paper is what sold me on this collection. Isn't it funny how you may buy a collection based on one sheet of paper? Yes, I am that person. And then the other paper grows on you. It's like working in a retail store, a clothing store, and you don't like any of the clothes. And then you work there long enough and then you love them. Yeah, I've done it. Okay, so 6.5 is going to be your mat. And I am actually going to not cut this because I actually had a piece that happened to be 6.5 by 4.5 from a previous layout. So I'm going to save this paper because I love this snowman paper so much. But you will cut this at 6.5 straight down so that you get your 6.5 by 4.5 mat, which is this one. So this is 6.5 by 4.5, 6.5 by 4.5. And it worked out very well. So that way I can salvage this paper that I love. So that is that much. Now let's open up our book so we can see the sketch and see how we're going to lay this out. So, and my snowman actually got turned by doing that because it just, this just means this paper was meant to be, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay, so then we have get our little squares here. Okay. And you can put these in any order you want. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to try and see what I like. What looks best with the color pattern that we have. And since I do love the snow so much, and this one's going to be I think let's do that. The little snowmen, love them. It looks like snow. And then let's do that because that has more snow on it. So I like that. Because I love the snow. So I think I actually did it very similar to what they did. And then we're gonna put our mats down. Move this. So these little 3x4s are actually going to be here, which you could actually substitute that for a variety mat and cut it in half. And then this is going to be because I have that there, I'm going to switch this. There we go. And this was extra. Yeah. Okay. Super duper cute. Okay. So this is that. Now, and then we will go ahead and stick this down. Could do this. I like that. I kind of like that because then it brings out, brings some more color there because it's very, very neutral there. And then we're going to stick this down. So we're going to go ahead and tape it. And I do love this technique of taking little squares or rectangles. I love the modified border with these rectangles because it's super easy to do. You don't have, it doesn't take long to cut it. And I'm not stressing if my pieces are not perfect because I'm going to actually put a border over it to fill that seam. So it's going to be fine. Needs to go down a little bit. This is why we use repositionable because then it can move. Okay, so there's that. Let's do this one. So it's really kind of funny because I live in Georgia and we never get snow. And I am actually scheduled to go on a scrapbooking retreat this weekend. And my friends that we do this with, we haven't gone in, we usually go the end of January, but it always snows. If it's going to snow in Georgia, it snows when I go on a scrapbooking retreat. And lo and behold, we're slated to get snow this weekend, starting on Friday, and I leave Thursday. So I'm a little sad because I've never get to experience the snow with my children and the sledding and all that fun. I prepare them by getting all the the snow gear. I buy all the snow gear for them because we don't have that normally. And but I don't get all the cute pictures with them. But my husband is very strict orders, and my daughter told him last night, remember, Daddy, you have to take the pictures both directions. And Mommy wants a picture of the house before everybody gets snow on, like puts their footprints outside. And I thought that was hilarious. She's trained very well. So I can't decide if I like this or this. Such a big call. I think it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Maybe I do one of each. Can I get the blue on the other side? Let's do that. I like it. See, quick decision. I'm going to scoot this down because I love the strips that we have, the journal strips that we have now. The name is passing me by right now, but the Write On journal strips, I think that's what they're called officially. And I love putting those on there. And I do like getting a little clean line right there. This, we could do that, or we could add something else. So let's hold off on that right now. And let's play with some borders. Okay, so like I said, I keep all my borders in here. And I really, really want to do this down here because I just think that would be really cute. And then kind of tuck that in maybe. And then the snow much fun. And I used to be of the school of thought where you save that those laser borders for the perfect layout. But then I realized CM just keeps coming out with better and better stuff. So why am I saving this for the perfect layout when I need to be using it so that I have room for the other stuff. So, yeah, I had to change that school of thought. And then could do these little snowmen here. I think are super cute. And I did pre-cut these just because I wasn't sure if I wanted to use them or not. And this is the Snow Pals border punch that we have. Super cute. And then I also have this, which I could do. The mittens on this side. We could layer it with that a little bit, or it could be too many mittens. Or we could add this one. So I'm still debating. I can't decide. I really like all of them. I did pre-cut this, pre-punch this in that white shimmer. I love using white shimmer for all my snow layouts, which is very few. So that would be cute. I do love how we have a little bit of brown on the side because in Georgia, we don't have full snow because we have a lot of mud. So, and we have trees. So it's going to probably be more brown than white, beautiful white snow, but we'll see. The other thing you could do is take a variety mat and cut it and use this as a journal card here. It's a little bit bigger, but it'll work. It's fine. It's just a tad bit bigger, but that's okay. But we do have, our 4x6 photo here. And then our 5.5 by 3.5. These would actually be photos if I wanted to. I have a photo here and a photo here. And then I have a photo here. And then I have a photo here. So lots of room for photos. I'm really thinking I need to do these snowmen because they're just so cute. I might bring them down just a little bit so I can see more of those snowmen up there. Super cute. Love it. So this is the layout. It's very quick, fabulous. It's number one. I hope everybody has a great day and I will see you next week. Happy scrapping.